Every shirt has my face in it. In the beginning, I thought it was cool. Now I hate it.
Why? How come?
Teddy! Oh my God, that's you! When people ask me what do I do for work, I like to be very humble about it. I like to show them. And for the most part, I get people saying, wow, that looks delicious. I never heard about you. I never heard about birria, but now I want to try it. It's already 9:30. We're running a little bit late. And we already have an order. We have 2 mulitas, 2 tacos with cheese, and a soda. Is it ever too early for tacos, guys? What do you think? 2 mulitas? My name is Teddy Vaquez, and I'm the owner of Teddy's Red Tacos. Teddy's Red Taco, it's something unique, something different. Out here in Teddy's, we keep it very, 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 very simple. We only have, you could say, 4 items on the menu. But we have this plate that I came up with. It's called the deluxe plate. 1 quesadilla, 1 mulita, 1 taco, a tostada, and the side of the consommé. It stands out from anybody else because just the flavor is so rich in taste that once you try, you just want more and more and more. Simple. We were one of the first ones in the birria. Obviously, there was a lot of people selling birria, but they were selling the typical way, like pozole, like menudo, like in a bowl. And we're trying to do something different, trying to innovate. And that's when we came up with, like the idea of dipping the taco in the broth. People really loved it, and it worked out great. And we're still out here doing our best. So good morning. Our competition.
Venimos desde Sacramento, manejamos 6 horas para venir a comer tacos para acá. Son auténticos, birria de la mejor de Los Ángeles.
So I'm gonna do a taco. So this is tortillas. Dip it in the oily, greasy, juicy, delicious grease. Put it in the grill. Make sure you get 2 tortillas. Then you just flip them around. So you just have to wait for the tortilla to get nice and crispy. So they'll be ready for some tacos. We don't like them soggy. Okay, so we grab tortillas. We have some meat that's already been chopped, ready. Grabbed it. Some onions.
Can I get 5 tacos?
Some cilantro. And some hot sauce. You're eating it for sure. Sometimes I like to add some broth. And there you go. This is how you make a taco. Put extra hot sauce. This is how I like it. And then dip the taco in the broth. I'll take a bite of it. So good. The combination of the hot sauce, the meat, the spices. If you don't get dirty, drippy, you're not eating it right. This location out here, it's very, very special because we started next door in my taco stand back in 2016. It's an old truck, so you can't really drive far. When I gotta choose a location, it was very, very hard in the beginning because people would stop by, but they were asking for burritos, for carne asada tacos, for al pastor tacos. And I had none of that. I didn't want it to become like the rest of my competition. I wanted to become something different. I was like, hey sir, I don't have a burrito, I don't have a chicken, but hey, let me get you a free sample. And I would literally grab a taco and the consommé and hey, this is for you, try it out. You don't have to pay me, just try it out. If you like it, it's on you. They will try the free sample and they're like, wow, this is good. And in Spanish, I remember this guy, and this guy was like so Mexican, like old school, like big mustache. But when I gave him the sample, he goes, hey vieja, vente. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. You know what? Okay, cool. Now he became my friend. He brought more people, and his people brought more people. If I could get people to try my birria, I knew they wouldn't get a hook. LA is one of the hardest markets, you could say even worldwide. It's very competitive. It's very, very demanding. It's hard out here. There's hundreds of taco stands, hundreds of food trucks, and for you to tell me that my food is delicious, and you come back and you bring your friends, your family, I'm beyond grateful. That's all I can say. So we're about to make some birria. So we cook our food in a commissary kitchen, and from there we ship it out to different locations for our food trucks. So right now my mom and myself are the only ones that know the full recipe for Teddy's Red Tacos. So this is the shoulder pot. This is the kind of meat that we use for our birria. We need to chop it up in pieces, like big portions like this, so we can throw it in the pot. So this is the size we're kind of looking for. So this is our Chile California. We want the chiles to be nice and soft. So we let them sit overnight. You want them to have that, they can literally dissolve in your hand. That means they're ready. Once they're like this, we throw them in a blender. Just grab them. We throw in some water. You like my container? There you go. So we have our pot with the meat that we just cut. We chop it up. Now we want to throw in the tomatoes. We specifically use Roma tomatoes, and you want them to be this kind of red, not too soft and not too green. Now the most important thing, so this is our secret recipe. Can you smell it? So good, right? So it has a whole bunch of spices, more spices, and a whole bunch of love. So this is what differentiates us from any other birria spots, because you can Google how to do birria, but a little bit too much or too little of something, it doesn't quite up, So my story is kind of different. I met this person, fell in love with her, and we had a baby, and I was beyond excited. However, things didn't work out. I fell in depression. Things kept getting worse and worse and worse. When I hit rock bottom, I met a friend in Tijuana, and he invited me out. He said, Teddy, whenever you want to come down, I'll teach you how to cook. And I did that. And I was in TJ, I started learning how to cook, and I fell in love with the process. And I started seeing myself and imagining, and I started talking to myself, well, Teddy, what if this does work? What if it's possible? And I started dreaming again, and I started believing again, and I started having hope. So a year later, I come back to LA, to Los Angeles. An acquaintance came up to me and told me, I'm starting a food truck. For me, it was like a huge amount of money. So I told him, you know what, I can't afford that. And he said, you know what, can you come up with $15,000? So when you're broke, when you're struggling, $15,000 is a lot of money. The car I was driving, it was under my mom's name. And I said, well, if I don't make the payment for 3 months, that'll be $2,100 that I can use towards the down payment. It was a balance, but I was willing to risk it all. The car got repossessed, but I saved some money. Now I can laugh, but before I couldn't. The first thing I did was buy my mom a brand new truck. When you're in the floor, when you have hit rock bottom, you're not afraid of what if things don't work out. Well, I'm already broke. When I started the business, I was already broke. So if things didn't work out, who cares? I'm broke. So when you're broke, the only place you can go, it's up. But this is the original one, the first one. It's in 1989. The only logos of Teddy's, it's here in the grill. Because my goal back then was to have a whole bunch of trucks.
Do you have as many as are on there yet?
Not yet. So we're almost there. We're like at number 4. This is our menu. Very simple, nothing crazy. I just printed out some pictures, posted them on the truck, and it became very popular, and we kept it like that. Let's go. Short people problems. If you would ask me what's maybe the key to your success, I was so excited for people to come to Teddy's. I would literally come and greet people. I'll be, hey guys, welcome to Teddy's. Being nice opens a lot of doors. We're going through a recession, we're going through hard times right now, but the fact that people are still coming back to us, given the fact that we have so much competition, that means a lot to me, because it means we're providing people with great quality food, with great customer service, And even from the beginning, that's been our main goal, to provide people with, with some good tacos.
We're coming from Sacramento. Every time that we come to LA, the first thing that the first stop that we do is here. Like, we love these tacos. It's like very authentic. Everything is delicious. The quality is always good. The service is nice. So the best tacos in LA for sure. It's like a family thing, It's really nice.
I started from the streets, and people do recognize me out here in the streets. So I'm happy and I'm grateful, and I'm positive to say that, Tidra Tacos is street food icon. My goal is to inspire other people. So you might be going through a rough moment. I went through pretty much all of it. The only thing I can pride myself as was I didn't give up. And here we are, 5 years later, with an amazing story, and I still believe the best is still yet to come.